doctor. Scotty's calling me. Scotty, bring me home. I wanna fly. Scotty's calling me now. Geeked up, geeked up, geeked up, geeked up.
Greetings and salutations, you kinky fucks. Welcome back for episode 53 of Kinks with Kiki. Woo, y'all. I am tired. If you don't hear it in my voice, I don't understand how you could not. A bitch is exhausted. It has been a very long, very interesting weekend, is the nice way to put it. I'll get into that in a little bit with Weekly with Kiki and as we go into this actual episode. So, song and mood, aka S&M for the week, is Scotty by D4L. Now, y'all know I'm old. I'm washed. I'm an auntie at this point, being 32. Majority of my audience tends to fall in the ages of 25 to 35. So we got some aunties and some pre-aunties in the making. If you know, you know. So Scotty, when I was in college, which, I mean, don't call me a boomer, but when I was in college between the years of 2005 and 2009, yes, people were actually in college in those days. We had what was called the Snap era. I'm a Southern girl, and the Snap era came out of Atlanta, and D4L was one of the groups who had like the Snap game on lock. Like, I don't know who remembers Scotty as vividly as I do, but Scotty was probably one of my favorite songs by D4L as a whole. And like the artist, I think it was like, I can't remember his name. It was Fabo, it was Shawty Low. For some odd reason, I feel like Jeezy was in it, but he wasn't. It was a whole, Bad Boy South, like when he came down and like, I think like 8 Ball MJG. I'm not going to get off subject, but so down, like D4L, Down for Life, whatever you want to call them, came out with Scotty, and to me Scotty is like the ultimate cokehead, like pill popping song of the mid 2000s. Like they had Laffy Taffy, which I personally feel like started the whole Snap era of music. But yeah, so when Scotty came out, Scotty was my shit. Low key, Scotty still is my shit, because if I hear it in a party, I'm going to have a grand old time dancing to it. But that is my mood right now, because I'm just, I'm coming off of a good weekend, and I'll explain this entire episode why that was a good weekend. I'm lit. Like, that song always gets me hyped. Even though I'm tired as fuck, I'm still hyped mentally, even though physically I feel like an 80-year-old woman. So yeah, I had to give me like a song that would give me like a boost, and a boost is definitely Scotty by D4L. All right. Y'all, I am tired. So yeah. All right, this week with Weekly with Kiki. So it snowed where I am Wednesday, Thursday. Still had to go to work because I can work remotely. So my job is basically, most law offices are like, fuck out of here. Like you don't get a snow day in a law office, especially a defense firm that actually has to get their revenue by billing clients. So it was, it was a sucky day because it was like slush and mess, and people in the South, generally people who aren't from here, who live here, cannot drive. That is why there's so much drama with traffic in Texas, in Atlanta, in in Atlanta. Well, basically in Atlanta, not Georgia. in various parts of North Carolina because niggas not be like, niggas not from here. They don't be from this area. So they're bringing their driving techniques into an area that doesn't require you to do the absolute fucking most. A lot of New Yorkers live in the South. Being a person from the South who's now lived in New York as well, baby, you don't have to drive that violently. You don't have to drive that aggressively. The highways sometimes have 8 lanes. Like, sweetie, it's okay. We have space here to, drive efficiently. Like, it's okay. Like, you're going to get to your destination. However, your destination is no longer around the corner and it'll take you possibly 20 minutes, but I promise you, you're going to get to your destination. So it was bullshit that it snowed. I wasn't too happy about that, but that really wasn't the fuck shit of my week, because I don't like snow. Like, living in New York and then living in the Midwest, like, snow can fucking go away forever. I don't care. Like, it's an unnecessary form of weather. I don't get the purpose, but that's just my opinion. Don't fight me on it. So I tweeted this on Friday. This is a work related issue. I have 3 coworkers that work by me. Well, technically 4. One is leaving, so 3. And I am the only black girl in the litigation department for this law office, period. Everybody is white. We have one white Latina who, if you ask me, I don't really feel like she appreciates and accepts her Latina heritage, but that's not my place to say. It's just my opinion from observation. And me, white attorneys, male and female, white paralegals, white legal assistants, me. Okay. They were talking about hair care, not black hair care just yet. But I had a really hectic day on Friday. So I'm just like, you know what? Let me get some work done. I had my headphones in and I'm focused. I, put a fire out because that was going to be a fiasco if it would have gotten any worse. So I'm just listening because I mind my business at work. I don't have work friends. I don't have a work husband, a work wife, because I don't really associate with people at this job. I just do my job and then I go home. It's a weird vibe that I have there, and it's just like safer for me to keep me to myself, so I don't. So they're talking about hair care, and there's a white Latina, like I said, who manages, she manages her hair. She is a person of color, but she doesn't accept the fact that she's a person of color because you'd have to kill her to tell her that she's Latina. But they're talking about hair care. And what, y'all know me, I'm like vocal as, if you know me personally, like I'm vocal as fuck. If something's on my mind, if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm not sitting on that shit, because if I do, everything is going to explode and our friendship will probably be over. So they're just talking about hair care. I'm not thinking anything of it because I'm like, it's just girl talk. We have a gay, one of the legal assistants, he's gay. I don't want to say like a gay, but we have a gay man who's awesome. He was talking hair with 2 of my coworkers. And they're just talking about like, he's like, my hair maintenance. And then the other lady is, well, I'm sorry, we have 2 white Latinas. My bad. See, one of the ladies honestly, she looks so white that you wouldn't know that she is like fully Cuban. Like, I didn't know she was Cuban until she told me she was Cuban. She was like, yes, like, grew up in Cuba, girl, and moved to Florida, like that type of Cuban. So they're talking about hair, and at this point, I guess you can say the 2 white Latinas, because you cannot tell that these women have any type of Latin descent in them. They genuinely look like white women. And they're like, our hair and the maintenance, and because, I'm Cuban, my hair is kind of curly, and I think, the other one, I can't remember what she said she was when I first met her, because I don't really care for her. So she kind of went in one ear and out the other, and I haven't really spoken to her since. She was talking, and then she was like, it's just a little bit more easier than black people. But she whispered it like she was giving out, like, you know, quote unquotes with her fingers, like we were the fucking plague. And then I'm like, so when I hear that, like, all my music goes off. I'm like, okay, let me tune the fuck in and see what the hell they're about to say, because if they about to say some wild shit, I have time today, okay? It was a 2-hour delay at work. I got all the time. So they're just talking. She's like, yeah, you know, they have to get their hair done every 4 weeks, and like they pay like $1,000. That's when I jump up. I was like, hey girls, gay guy included. Fun fact, as a black woman, you know, who has relaxed pixie cut at the moment, we don't get our hair done every 4 weeks. Cornrows do not cost $1,000. Like, if you know better, you do better. If you are ignorant to black hair care, and this is just your assumption based on your sheer ignorance, feel free. I'm not an angry black woman. I am not going to be like, bitch, I don't want to give you nothing about nothing. Like, if you have questions, because I didn't say you sound stupid as fuck, but I'm like, you have questions because you sound a little confused, but in my mind, I'm like, you sound dumb as fuck. Like, feel free to ask me, because we don't pay $1,000 on haircuts and like braids and cornrows. I'm like, our hair is very multifaceted. We have a plethora of products to cater to all textures, types, coils, kinks. So don't assume that we get our hair done repetitively because you see, like, I had to school them, like, because you see me, you're going to see me one day with a straight bob, and then you're going to see me the next day with a big poofy curly hair, and then you're going to see my haircut the next day. Sis, we wear wigs, okay? And yes, some of them are expensive, but we wear wigs. Like, we have the versatility to switch our hair up because of the type of hair that we have. And it's not my fault that your hair decides to come out of your head straight and oily. I ain't got shit to do with that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, look, if you have any questions or if you need confirmation on how black hair care works, I am your go-to girl. Somebody who was natural for 6 years. Someone who was natural before natural hair was even a thing. I went natural in 2004. Like, that wasn't even heard of at the time. People thought I was insane. But like, as someone who's been natural a few times, someone who's had long hair, short hair, relaxed hair, texturized hair, like, if you have questions, feel free to ask me. And you don't have to say black people. Like, we're going to like gut you like a fish if you say, honey, you're Hispanic. I'm not going to say, you know, Hispanics like it's the fucking coronavirus. I'm just going to say Hispanic. Like, the sensitivity around people who are not black people and how they approach us. And I know she whispered it because of me. I don't give off like angry black woman. I mean, I give off resting bitch face because I'm over the fuck shit and I'm not going to entertain anyone that I don't want to be involved with. But girl, like, the ignorance coming out of your mouth right now, I couldn't even stand for it. Like, I literally had to stand up and be like, no. Let me tell you what's what on what, because you sound dumb as fuck right now. So that really pissed me off. And like, my office is all big on inclusion and diversity. Mind you, I'm the only black girl in the whole litigation department in this whole fucking law office on the entire first floor. But neither here nor there. They don't like to hire black paralegals for litigation because they don't think we're smart enough to do it. That's a rant for a completely different day, so I'm not even going to go into that shit. But yeah, so that was basically my week. It snowed and it was some bullshit on black hair care on Friday. So another thing that happened this week is what's going to segue, or like Mandy says, segue, into this episode is I did an overhaul of sex products and sex toys this weekend, and I am going to give you kinky fucks a review episode. If you heard that, that is my little toy chest. I guess you can say toy bin, toy chest, like if you can hear it. I have all of my toys, all of my goodies in this box. It's a black box, of course. And I want to do a review. Like, I got so many things from Kink Crate. If you've seen my Instagram recently, you saw that I'm doing a giveaway. I will be announcing that in this episode. So unfortunately, you're going to have to listen to the episode in order to find out who won the Kink Crate. But yeah, so they gave me a Kink Crate. I talked about it on one of my Weekly with Kiki's a couple of weeks ago. I won a giveaway where I got like a $200 gift card, and I was able to buy like sex toys and like cleaning products. I also got like a plethora of lubes from the Pjur company based out of Germany. So this episode is going to be a full-on review episode. So nothing kinky, well, everything kinky, but nothing, too educational at this point. It's not going to be a specific kink. It's just going to be a variety of things that I am going to talk about for this week's episode. All right. So as I am currently pulling everything out of this beautiful chest that I've decided to buy, shout out to Target, I am looking at, so I'm going to be reviewing lubes. I'm going to be reviewing some of my sex toys, some of the new sex toys that I've gotten, some of the things that I've gotten recently from Kink Crate. All of that stuff is going to be reviewed. I got a body butter that I received as well to review, and I was trying to wait until I literally got everything at once so I can do like basically a full overhaul on everything that I've received. So the first toy that I want to review is called the Womanizer. So like I said, I won a gift card about 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago at this point, and I literally went to the Womanizer website, which is www.womanizer.com. And I ordered the Womanizer Pro40. I'm going to be doing videos of all the toys and all the items that I review as well. So I will be posting those on Instagram, possibly, well, definitely throughout the week, just giving you guys like updates and reviews on what I'm reviewing so you can actually see it instead of just listening to me talk about it. So yeah. Whew. All right. The Womanizer it's like the Satisfier, but it's just a different brand. It's a different style. Same technique, air pulsation, not too much vibration. This is a really good toy. However, I am very sensitive sexually, so I can only use it at certain speeds. I believe it has like 4 or 5 speeds. That 5th speed, oh my God. Like, it was about to suck the soul out of my clit. Like, it was so good though. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely one of the best toys I've used in a really, really long time. I feel like personally it's going to revolutionize the sex toy industry, because as a woman, and as a woman who has had sex with women, most of us like our clits sucked on. So it's like that little pulsation and that slight sucking while you're licking is typically what gets us off. This toy is literally what a man or woman would do with said motion. So it's like a pulsating, and it's air, so it's like a sucking motion. So you're getting like a mixture of like a little bit of vibration alongside the sucking motion that most women require to orgasm. Like I said, I am very sensitive to this toy. Jesus Christ, it actually started to hurt me a little bit. So if you have like a sensitive clit, like, you have to be very mindful of the settings that you use, because if you don't, it'll go from being pleasurable to actually being like full on painful. So that's one of the things you want to be definitely mindful of with using a Womanizer. But I had to review this one first because, baby, This is the toy of the future, even if it's the womanizer or if it's the satisfier, anything with like air pulsations, trust me, it is a toy that you want to buy. I believe it was $79 when I got it. Again, I had a gift card, so I was like, ball out, bitch. But it was $79 on the Womanizer website. So if you want a really good toy that's quiet, that's waterproof, that is going to get the job done without like overly, or desensitizing you, I would highly recommend the Womanizer as your toy of choice. Now, this is completely off topic, but the reviews that I am doing, so I have a fleshlight that I bought that's now a part of my toy chest. It is not mine. I bought it for the person who assisted me in reviewing all of these toys. So I had a gentleman caller who was down to do a social sexual experiment with me. And it was on, hey, friend, I have a lot of toys. I have a lot of things, gadgets and goods that I want to review for my podcast. However, I need a willing participant to do so with me. Are you down? He said he was down. So I bought a flashlight from Tracy's dog, and it was a token of my appreciation. I'm not going to do a review on that. Maybe I will get that person to come on and do the review themselves, or maybe I will do like an overhaul of male sex toys, and I will probably get my resident dom, Mr. L, to probably just like give him the toys and be like, hey, here you go, sir. Have fun with these. And when you're ready, come back and review. Let's discuss. So I might do that with him. But yeah, this was a toy that was for the person who helped me over the weekend. Just basically showing my token of appreciation because, woo, things happened this weekend. Okay. I'm going to get into it a little deeper with each toy that I pull out and review. So I'm going to go back to doing that now. All right, so the next toy that I am going to review is called the WeVibe Wish. Now, again, I won a $200 gift card for Womanizer as well as WeVibe. Thank you to Glamazon Tayomi. It was her contest giveaway, and I actually won it. So shout out to you, girl. We have to do an episode really, really soon. But I bought this toy not even aware of what the toy's capabilities was. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's actually on sale right now on WeVibe. I want to say for $69.99. So I would recommend this toy if you are in a relationship or if you're involved with someone sexually where you all hang out, or, a situationship, like the things that I'm trying to avoid. So as you can see, because I'm recording this as well, this is a app ready, rechargeable plush vibrator. Mind y'all, when I bought it, I did not know that it was app compatible. I did not know what all it entailed. So over the weekend when we did our social experiment, this was like, it was okay. So it was accidentally opened. I'll go into that. Well, I'll go into that with the person that I need to go into it with, but it was accidentally opened and he was like, what's this? And I'm like, oh, no, not that one. But he opened it, so it was too late. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know. Let's try it out. So he turns it on, it vibrates. The blue, like just the curve of it's like a little egg. It fits perfectly on a woman's pelvic bone. So like the tip fits perfectly near your clit and then it curves like your vaginal area does. Okay. So I was all good. I'm like, oh, this is fun. But Here's the thing. I didn't know it was app compatible. Again, did not read that it said app ready on the box because the purpose of this was completely different than what it actually ended up being used for. So we opened it and we're like, where are the things? So we powered it on, it vibrated. I was like, okay, this can't be it. I refuse to believe that this is fucking it for this vibrator for $69, and it was on sale for $70. So I'm like, fuck no. We read the instructions and I'm like, oh shit, it's app compatible. So I instantly download the app and I give him the phone. So I'm just sitting there like, la, 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 la. And it changes, like the vibration changes. And I just instantly start screaming and laughing at the same time because I was like, holy shit. Like, oh my God, like it vibrates. And I'm just like sitting here like stuttering, like, and it goes to like different beats and different paces. And I'm like, holy Jesus Christ. Like, it was so intense. I didn't even know what to do. I was just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's going through like, cause it has like 7 to 15 different type of like vibrations and frequencies. And I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. To add a little bit more to this toy, y'all, it also works with music. So it connects to your iTunes music app, whatever you want to call it, Apple Music playlist. And it just, now this is the only thing that I don't like about it. I have Apple Music like most people, if not like Spotify. I have all that. It only allows you to use the music that you've physically purchased, like you've actually paid the money for it. So I didn't have a good selection of music because it was like a lot of R&B music. So it vibrates to the bass of the song. I'm like, well, this sucks. But one song I did buy was the Versace remix by Migos and Drake. And like, he played that song and like as soon as the beat dropped, I just started screaming because I was like, oh my God. So 100 out of 10 recommend. If you are with someone who you trust with the app, if you're in a relationship, if you're a couple, I highly recommend this toy. Like, not just like you've seen the videos, if you're on Twitter, I don't know if they have them on Instagram, but you've seen the videos of like the women at dinner and the guys recording like the intensity and the vibrations from the app on his phone. Do that. You can do it at dinner. You can do it on road trips. You can do it just in the house for no reason. If she's cooking, like, or if she's cleaning, like, you could have so much fun with this toy. So I really, really like the WeVibe Wish toy. Like, it's app ready. It goes to music. It has a lot of different type of frequencies and intensities. I highly recommend this toy. Alrighty, so I am going to review a toy that is actually my personal toy and a product that I have received from Kink Connect a while back. I'm going to tell you what it's actually used for, and I'm going to tell you what it was used for on me this weekend. So, like I said, I am recording this. I'm also posting videos to Instagram as well. So if you listen, you can actually put a toy to the voice, so to speak. Okay, so I have a pink vibrator. It is from California Exotic Novelties called Gyrating Sensations, and it's the Hummer 2. Now, I personally don't like this toy. It was something I bought on my own when I was in Ohio. Not a fan. It has like maybe 10 different functions and speeds, which are okay. And I mean, low-key, after the Womanizer, like, there's no comparison at this point to sex toys. But it worked better for me as like a dildo, like even though it vibrates, and as you can see the way it is shaped, it actually goes in the vagina quite nicely. I didn't have any complaints with it being used via dildo, but as far as like a vibrator goes, I don't care too much for it. I bought it from this sex store in Ohio. I think it was like maybe $15. I liked it because it had like this little, like the tip kind of like curved into the clit, but it wasn't like the Satisfier or the Womanizer, so it didn't like suck, it just vibrated. So I didn't care too much for that. Now, if you look to the left, you will see I have a black restraint strap. So I got this from Kink Crate, I want to say back in, maybe like last summer. I got it when I first started working with them and doing like giveaways, and is typically used for, it's like creative bondage. However, for this weekend, me and the person that decided to experiment with me, we used it as a blindfold. So he used a blindfold, and obviously he blindfolded me, and I love sensory deprivation. You guys have heard me say it. I've talked about sensory deprivation as a kink entirely. It is my thing. So me not being able to see, I didn't know what he was going to grab, what he was going for. He actually went for 2 toys. What that toy I want to like actually review individually, so I'll get to that in a minute. He used the pink toy, the Hummer, as a dildo, and he also used a vibrator while I was blindfolded. Y'all, let me tell you, I'm going to give my top 3 moments of this whole social experiment when I am finished with reviewing everything, but it wasn't number 1. I will say that I'll definitely get to number 1, and y'all are going to be so amazed, but using it as a dildo was fucking amazing. The strap, it's faux vinyl restraint strap. It's very soft. I didn't have any type of irritation. He just, politely like rubbed it across my face and like tied it back like to the back of my head. It was perfectly fine. I love being tied up. I love being blindfolded and just having my senses completely like deprived. So it was a really, really good experience. I got a few great orgasms just off of using the Hummer and being blindfolded, just because of I'm who I am. Like the idea of being blindfolded was enough to turn me on, and the wand that he used, which I'll review in a second, and the pink Hummer as a dildo was enough to take me out. So personally, I don't recommend the pink toy if you're going to use it as a vibrator, but if you're going to use it as a dildo, abso-fucking-lutely. It feels really, really good. It curved the right way. It touched my G-spot perfectly. I was able to squirt. Oh, God, y'all. Oh, my God. It was so good. I'm having flashbacks. I'm sorry. It was so freaking good. I would recommend, if you're going to use it for that purpose, definitely. But if you're looking for like a good vibrator, I'm going to say no to that. The strap is fun. Like if you just want a blindfold, this is a very nice, comfortable blindfold. Again, it came in my Kink Crate. Came in my Kink Crate. So I'm not sure of the brand, but it's a good material to use long term. So if you're going to be blindfolded for a while, it's not uncomfortable at all. You'll be perfectly fine. So as I was gathering things to start the next review and get the next video started, this one is not sex toy related at all. It is more so on a bondage scale. You guys know one of my favorite kinks is bondage. During this social experiment, Kink Crate sent me another box. I'm currently doing a giveaway right now. And in this box, cotton rope, like bondage rope, like a long black rope came in the box, along with bondage tape. So I wanted to talk about those because I know a lot of people, when I hear people talk about what's a kink you want to try you never tried, people often say bondage. So I thought that these two items in particular would be really good to try over the weekend to review, just to give my take on it. So this was me at this point. It wasn't something being used on me. It was something that I got to use on him. So this this activity that we decided to partake in included the cotton rope and the bondage tape. Now, let me tell you what I like about this tape first and foremost. The tape is not like a typical duct tape. It is strictly for bondage. It was very soft and it doesn't stick to your skin. It doesn't stick to hair, furniture, anything, but it has it's adhesive to itself. So if you're using it to tie someone's hands or tie someone's mouth, it won't stick to their skin and you won't have to rip it off, but it will stick. If you wrap it around on itself, it'll stick to itself. So I had the opportunity to use the bondage tape on Mr. Man who decided to participate with me this weekend. I tied him up with the cotton rope, the black rope. It was long as hell. So this rope is really for a hog tying type of bondage. But I just used it to, you know what? I'm actually going to go into the crate for a second and I'll add on what I used it with so I can give a full review on all three things. Okay. So I am going through the crate, so you guys give me a moment, because this is an overhaul, but it's not YouTube. Y'all know I don't really be doing videos like that because niggas. But so I'm going to go through my crate literally, and I'm going to pull out the other things that I use, and I will add those to the video as well. I'm going to have a lot of IGTV this week. So this is going to be interesting because this is definitely a first for me. I've never done full on videos. If you can hear that, that's Velcro. So I'm looking forward to posting these on Instagram. I think it's going to be a really good time. Okay, so jumping back into what I was just talking about, I had the opportunity this week to use the rope and the bondage tape. So while I used the rope, I also received fur handcuffs and a fur collar from Kink Crate as well. And it was fucking awesome. So the participant, I put the collar around his neck and I put the handcuffs on his wrist. And I used the rope to basically tie, connect the collar and connect the handcuffs to the rope. So I used it and tied a knot and tied his hands behind his back. And I used the bondage tape to completely just cover his eyes so he couldn't see what I was going to do. And I used one of the toys that I'm going to review in a bit that was used on the both of us on him and did things to him while he was in bondage. Now let me tell y'all about this man. He is not submissive at all. We struggled, okay? Because that falling into that submissive role just wasn't his wave. So it was very hard to get him to be receptive to being tied up and being blindfolded and me doing everything to him without him giving any type of, direction or say in the matter. He's just so you're just dominating me. Yeah, basically. So it's not going to be easy with somebody who's going to probably top from the bottom, but from what we discussed, they were comfortable. They didn't scratch. They didn't itch. The rope was extremely comfortable. I love, 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 love the bondage tape. It was amazing. We had fun. I had fun because I typically don't get to dominate like I'd like to enough. So I had a grand old time Actually, being able to tie up a man and like slap him around a little bit and do things to him without him being able to touch me or see me. Again, sensory deprivation. It all goes back to that. So, ooh, I had a good time. He, again, is not a topper from, like, he's a topper from the bottom. So that was our only issue, because I am a switch and sometimes I do like to go dominant, and I'm like, look, if I'm being dominant right now and I'm trying to like sub you, you can't top from the bottom. I can't emphasize that enough. You can't top from the bottom. Okay. So you guys know I was just talking about how when it was on me, he used the blindfold and he used the pink gyrating sensation toy as a dildo. So while he was using the pink gyration sensation toy, and while I was blindfolded, he used the fairy mini wand on my clit. Y'all, he sent me to Jesus. Like, I'm weak at this review, y'all, but I'm tired as hell, but I had to give y'all all the goods and all the deets. When I tell y'all, now this is one of my favorite toys. I won't say it's like a mini version of the Hitachi magic wand, but it's a damn good close, like third. I won't say a second. It's a good third. It has a lot of features. I think it has like maybe 10 or 12 speeds. At the time, I got it from a sex store in Brooklyn in like 2017. I think it was like maybe $30 or maybe like $25. It's good. Like, it will get the job done. It's very loud because obviously it plugs in. So just a warning, if you have roommates, if you have neighbors, if you don't want anybody knowing your business and that you're masturbating, this might not be the toy for you personally. But when he put that on my clit, y'all, with that dildo gyrating-esque, like dildo vibrating toy, and I was blindfolded, I came so fucking hard with that combination. Like, I like my clit stimulated, but I also like penetration at the same time. And thankfully, this person has been in sync with me sexually, so he knows what I like and how I like it. Ooh, it was so good, y'all. I would recommend, if you're going to get the fairy mini wand, that you do it with the dildo. That combination is unmatched. And because y'all know I'm wild with my shit, like, I wish I had like something that I could have used. Like, I wish I had like an anal plug in at the same time, because I probably would have screamed bloody murder. But it's a good toy. I heard not so great reviews. I've never had an issue with it personally, but I don't use it often. When we pulled it out over the weekend, it probably was like the first time I had used it since 2017. So I recommend it if you just want to have some playtime with your partner. It's a really, really good vibrator. Men, you can actually use wands on men as well, like even when they're like about to come, or just like for the vibration sensation. I would definitely recommend the fairy wand. It's a pretty good toy. So, I mean, not the best, but if you just want something like to have in the background, like to play with occasionally, this is definitely an ideal toy for that. Since we are like 45-ish minutes into the episode, like you all have seen on my Instagram, I put it on my Twitter, I put it on my Tumblr, I did a Kink Crate Kinks with Kiki giveaway. Again, this is the third giveaway I have done with them. I love working with this company, mainly because they are kink, it is BDSM, and more importantly, it's because they are Black owned, and I live for people of color, predominantly Black people, because I am a Black woman participating in alternative sex and alternative lifestyles, because it's very, very rare for us. So I love supporting this company whenever I can, whenever they give me the opportunity to. So I did a giveaway. I posted basically asking what was in you all's closets or your toy chest or your dressers. Like, what sex toys do you have in a secret place that you hold near and dear? A lot of you answered, a lot of you liked, responded. I got DMs. It was amazing. But I have to eventually announce a winner. So I pick my winners at random. I literally, it's like I just close my eyes and I just scroll, and then I stop and I'm like, oh, that's the person. Like, because I don't want it to be like biased or anything. So that's typically how I pick whoever I pick. So I'm going to announce the winner now, and I'm going to put it on Instagram probably in the next day or so, because I told you have to listen to the episode in order to get the person who won. So I just want to say congratulations to Delcia. I don't want to call out her whole Instagram name because I don't feel like she would be comfortable with that, because she's private. So, and I respect people's privacy and everything. So congratulations, Delcia. Yay. I will be contacting you and I will be sending you your kink crate. So I hope you have a good old time with yours. I always have a grand old time with mine. So congratulations. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get back to the episode. So I am coming down to the last toy, and I will be posting a video as well. It is very, very tiny, yet very, very powerful in my opinion. I had the chance to use a tongue dinger. This was a toy I got definitely back at the beginning of 2019 from Kink Crate. And it is a vibrator, like a tiny little vibrator. It glows in the dark, and a person is able to put it on their tongue while they like eat your pussy. Baby! So we experimented with this toy over the weekend, and my God. Jesus, Tyrone, Marquise, Christ. Like, it was okay. So, if you've heard me talk in the past, I'm not that big of a fan of getting head, actually, because typically I don't know what it is. I just don't get off on it. Maybe it's my head. Maybe I'm not in the right place for it, but I typically don't get off on it. It's been within the last 6 to 8 months where I've like fully been getting off on just receiving head. So with this toy, I'm not going to lie, I was definitely skeptical, because I'm like, you know what? I am not that big of a fan of getting head. I don't know how this is going to go. Honey, when he put that baby on his tongue and when he put his tongue on me, all bets were off. Yeah, I came so much. I'm just like, can you just please give me 2 seconds? And he is relentless when it comes to giving pleasure, which is one of the things I like about him a lot. It was so good. Like, I don't know who needs the vibration and the tongue swirling and just the fingering all at once, but your girl needs it. And it was everything. I was just like, oh, okay, so this is different. Mind you, I had never used this toy before. Like, I really, last year at that point, like, I was single. I wasn't really using anything that I gotten in my kink crates because I didn't have anyone in Ohio that I trusted enough to use them with. So I wasn't using toys. But I finally got the opportunity to use this little son of a bitch right here. You'll see the video. I'm going to post it to Instagram. Whew, y'all. I'm going to stop screaming into the microphone, I promise. But it was so fucking good. I would recommend that women, ladies, please get this toy for yourself. Do a service for yourself. enhance your man's skills. Like if he's already at 1,000, put him at 1,000,000 with this fucking vibrator, because it's tiny, but it's powerful and it held a punch. Like it was stretchy, so it was actually not quite, but we were actually able to put it like around his dick. So it was almost like doubling as a cock ring, but he has a nice size penis. So it didn't fully go on his penis, but if you can get one that's a little bit like the material's a little thicker and it may stretch a little wider, you can actually double down and use it as a cock ring and use it as like a tongue dinger, like an experiment, I guess. Just have fun with it. Do what we did. We just experimented for shits and giggles and we had a good time with it. So I would definitely recommend the tongue dinger. It was, yes, magnifique. Oh, baby. Y'all, I've had a grand old time. I have a lot of toys. Like, it's just the beauty of just being a kink podcaster and just loving the idea of sex toys anyway, and being able to use them on my own and being able to use them with a partner when I finally do get a partner that's not just a sex partner. It's going to be great and I cannot wait. Okay, so this item I'm about to review now, I will go ahead and tell you it is not a sex toy. It is actually a butter that a company reached out to me via Instagram. It is a Black owned, y'all know I am pro Black everything. It is a Black owned company called The Butters, and it's The Butters Hygienics Company. And he reached out and was like, I would love if you did reviews on my products. And I'm like, yeah, most definitely. And, you know, I try to stay on brand and I try to like keep up with the things that are related to my podcast, related to sex, related to like sex health and education. He has a butter. He sells all types of products, hair, skin. He sells sex products. They're all 100% vegan. They're 100% natural. Again, I live for this because I am trying to get more into all natural products like across the board. And he explained to me that he had a butter called the BRUISE Soother that was actually for sex impact BDSM play. And I was like, oh, you have to send me that, please. So he sent it to me. His name is Jerome. I will put his information in the show notes as well. I'll put everybody's information in the show notes of what I reviewed. But I love the butter. The butter has a great smell. It has a lot of shea. Like, it smells like a really good shea. It looks like a shea. In my mind, when I think vegan products, I automatically put them in the refrigerator because I just don't want them to stale or to spoil. Even though there isn't anything in here that could spoil, it's a mental thing. It's because I'm a fan of Lush. And if you know, Lush has a lot of products that do need to be refrigerated because they actually can spoil because they are a vegan product company as well. I like this butter. I didn't get any bruises. It is a great massage butter. So even if you don't have a bruise, I would recommend that you put it on, like, if you're doing like a massage, if it's like an intimate massage or anything, it's a butter that I would honestly recommend. Now I do have, okay, so this is going to sound wild. So I have a 3rd-degree burn on my foot. It's a cooking incident. Y'all know I cook. I cook even more now that I am on like the blood type for type O diet. So I burned my foot with hot olive oil because I think I was about to like pan fry chicken or something. I can't remember. I've been actually using the butter on my burn. And even though it says BRUISE Soother, you can see it there. I have a video going as well. It actually helped my burn heal a lot faster than it would have healed had I been using like Neosporin or cocoa butter. Like, it happened about a week ago or maybe about 2 weeks ago, and it's like virtually gone at this point, and it's not going to scar. I can tell because the way like it's peeled. So the butter is working. I'm guessing at this point, not only on bruises, I will find out soon enough if it works on bruises. We didn't get to that portion of testing out the paddle that I received because it was a lot going on, y'all. Like, you can only play with so many toys before you eventually just jump each other's bones and fuck, but I'm just gonna be real. But yeah, I like the butter. It's helping my burn heal a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot smoothly. I use it as a moisturizer as well. Like just on my feet, and like my feet are softer and they're moisturized because this time of the year you have an issue with dry feet. That's a thing. So I like the butter. Like I said, it's called the Butters. I believe his name is Jerome. To my knowledge, I believe that was the name I saw when I got the message. Hi, Jerome. He's on Instagram at Get the Butters, and like I said, he's Black owned. He's out of Michigan, and everything is just vegan, and it's like no bullshit. I live. So I definitely liked the Bruise Soother, even though I haven't used it for a bruise and I've been using it for a burn. Regardless of the fact, it's a really great butter. It smells nice. I like it. It has aloe in it. It has shea. It has like sustainable palm oil, calendula. I love it. Like, I love calendula as a product anyway. I believe Kiehl's had a really good face wash that I used. It didn't dry me out or keep me breaking out. So anything with that product in it, I'm always going to say is good because it works so great for my face. So I assume it would work really, really well for my body. Like, it gives, suggestive use is to melt it between your hands and apply it to the area. Rub it in so it'll absorb well, but not too much. You can just like let it melt on you. It's great to use before and after massages, and it's really good to use for kink play aftercare. So I like the Bruise Soother. I thought it was a great product. I'm still using it, so it is a great product. Thank you so much, Jerome with We the Butters, like, for sending that to me. I am so appreciative, and I'm really happy that I got the chance to review it. Okay, so we're going to get to our last review, and I'm going to let you all know what I'm reviewing. It's going to be like, not a lot, but it's going to be 4 things in particular. So, all right. Now, the last, but certainly not least thing that I am going to review happens to be lubes. Again, I told you I got an overhaul of things at once that I wasn't expecting to get. So I got lubes, I got toys, I got a kink crate, I got all of these things within like days of each other. And I'm just like, I wouldn't be me if I didn't use everything and give like a thorough review on everything that I've received, just so I can, I want to enhance everybody else's pleasure out there. So I'm just like, yeah, I got to do that. So I'm going to post a video of this as well. You can see everything. I got 4 lubes from the giveaway that I won with Glamazon Tayomi from the company Pure Love. They are based out of Germany. And let me tell y'all the degrees of separation. So if you're watching a video, if you're listening, well, you have to watch the video to get it. So they sent me, I ordered a We Vibe cleaning spray for sex toys, and it just happens to be made by Pure. Mind you, the lubes that I received are made by Pure as well, and these were 2 completely different like entities. Like, I just love how linked the sex toy and like just sex pleasure community is so in sync with one another, because We Vibe is its own entity, and then they decided to, we're going to make cleaning products and lubes with Pure, and Pure is like lube, and it was so amazing just to see both of those together, completely separate. Like, oh God, I don't want to say separate but equal, because that is just some Jim Crow-ish type shit, but I just found that amazing. Like, the degrees of separation. What are the odds of me getting a cleaning solution, a cleaning spray that's actually made by the same company that I received lubes from Glamazon Tayomi? So I had the opportunity to use all of these lubes within the last 2 weeks. Specifically, this one, the backdoor anal. I'm doing a video so you guys can see it on Instagram next week. I had the chance to use the water-based one and the silicone-based. Now, all of these lubes except for the original personal lubricant are strictly for anal sex. I'm very, very weird about lubes because I have a very sensitive body and the slightest thing can throw off my pH. And I'm very, very, I'm protective over my pH because I don't want a yeast infection. I don't want any type of like BV or anything. So I'm cautious about using lubes anyway, especially vaginally. But these were really, really good lubes. The silicone-based lubes were a lot better than the water-based, and that's just by default. I'm not saying for this particular company. And that's because silicone is thicker. So the thicker it is, the more it stays. The more it stays, the easier it is to be penetrated anally with ease, and it doesn't hurt or dry out as easily. Because it's water-based, it's water, so it does dry and thin out a little easier. So in my experience, the Analyze Me, which was silicone-based, the Pjur Backdoor Anal, which was silicone-based, they were perfect. The Backdoor was a little better than the Analyze Me, but the Backdoor Anal water-based, I didn't care too much for it. I liked it, but while we were having anal sex, like, it had to be used a little bit more. So it's like, I want a lube that is going to just keep going like we're going. Like, I don't want it to, we're in the middle of having anal sex and it dries out and then he has to go and get more and put it up like on me or on him to keep going. The silicone based one, you didn't have to do that at all. Once he and I were well lubed enough, it was so good. It actually made anal sex that much more better for me. Like, I love anal sex anyway, but when I had the opportunity to use a silicone base, I was like, oh baby, we in there. This is it. Like, I don't want to use anything else at this point. If it's not going to be a silicone based lube at this point, particularly if it's not going to be a silicone based lube by Pjur, I don't want it. So I managed to get 4. I'm so fortunate. They're decent sized bottles. The Backdoor water-based lube is a 8.5 ounce bottle, and the rest of the bottles are 3.4 ounces, but they're good bottles. I'm not sexually active like that anyway, so this isn't something that I'm going to use up within the next month or two. So I would recommend, if you're looking for a really good lube, particularly one for anal sex, the Backdoor silicone personal lubricant with jojoba oil is amazing. I liked it and it felt so much better. Like, my orgasm, because I do orgasm anally, my orgasm was so intense, and I'm just like, I literally just wanted him to fuck me harder because it just felt that good. And I know, to the people who are cringing right now because it is anal sex, look, you can't do it. You got to get through it to do it. Like, you can't do it on a whim and be like, you know what, it's not for me. It's something you have to practice at. It's something that you actually have to train for and work for to get to the result of loving anal sex and loving how it feels and actually orgasming and coming from it. So I love Pjur Love. Their lubes are amazing. They were really good. Thank you for those, Glamazon Tayomi. Thank you, Pjur Love, for your giveaway, because, honey, they were needed this weekend and they were utilized well. Y'all, I am weak. This review has been so fun, and I'm like, y'all know I'm a dolo podcaster, so it's just like me just throwing shit into my toy box like, wee. But that is the last thing that I wanted to review. Before I bring this episode to a close, I am currently putting everything back in my toy chest because who would have thunk? I have a toy chest now, so fun times. I have been doing this thing. I'm really liking the idea of bi-weekly podcasting. I've been doing this thing where I have like a little mini rant. It's not a rant. It's like a PSA, things I want to bring to people's attention about either me or about just like women in general from my point of view. Didn't want to call it Kiki's Couch. I don't want to call it like a rant and rave. I'm thinking about calling it Kiki's Critiques, but I'm not really critiquing anything. So I'm still working around and playing with the name until I come up with an actual name. I feel like I need to go to Josh or, Josh was my muse when it came to naming, like when we did Patreon, when it came to like naming like things, like we called vanilla episodes kinky conversation, and we had like little quick mini episodes on Patreon talking about like kinks that didn't have a lot of information but they needed to be known. We call that quickie kinks. So I might have to talk to Josh because he did a great job with helping me come up with names for different segments. Hey Josh, heart. I love him. So I'll have to reach out to him, but right now I'm still teetering with the name. I don't know if it's going to be Kiki's Critiques or what, but last thing. And I actually have an email. It's just a quick email. I'm going to go to that after, but it's just all love. So this is me. I'm speaking from my standpoint. If you can relate, sis, I hear you. Sir, I hear you. Because it's not just women who take dick. If I ever just see you as merely dick, it's over for you, bro. Women compartmentalize emotionally. Men compartmentalize entirely. Hear me out. So when a man, I just did an episode, if you guys listen to the subject change with There Go BJ, I just did an episode with him. We kind of talked about how men, they go through their things and their tunnel vision and how they compartmentalize and their focus is getting shit done for themselves. Women do that emotionally. So why I said we compartmentalize emotionally is because if I like you and we're having sex and we're vibing and we're heading towards something and a monkey wrench gets thrown into that operation and the machinery fails and now all of a sudden we can't go on the path that we were originally going on, and we're just like still vibing, still hanging, but now it's like our relationship seems a little bit more far-fetched than before. If I emotionally put you in a box of where I just see you as dick, it's over for you. Because now I don't see you as a potential partner anymore. And it's not saying that you can't become a potential partner. It's just I'm acting accordingly at this point. You aren't in a place to have a relationship, but you can fully commit to sex because sex doesn't hold you accountable for someone else's or responsible for someone else's emotions. So if I see you as sex, that's it, bro. I'm not really trying to do anything else with you. At this point, you're just dick. You can fuck me and you can leave. And I know I've been told when I said that before, it sounds really, really harsh, but that's just how my emotions work. They're like literally a switch, and maybe it's the Libran in me. I don't know, but I can love you and just want to be around you, want you on space one day, and then the next day, because now I see you as dick, I just want you to call me to drop off the dick and then you can go home. So if I see you as dick, like it really is over for you. And I'm not like, I'm working on it because it's not something I'm doing currently, but like in the past, like I will dead ass treat you like you're nothing but your penis. That's literally it. Like, I'm going to call you on a late night. Hey, drop off the dick. You're not staying with me. I'm not staying with you. I don't want you in my space longer than you need to be. I just want you to provide your penis, and then I want you to get the fuck out of my space. That's how I operate. So if I see you as just dick, I'm going to treat you as such. Before the men try to get in their feelings, y'all niggas know y'all do this shit every day, B. So it's no different than when a woman does it, because we're supposed to be emotional and we're supposed to be, sprung over the dick. No, actually, it can just be dick. And that's that. Like, I can full on have fun with you and fuck you whenever I want to. And you come over and we fuck and you leave. I come over and I fuck, then I leave. And then I can jump into a whole relationship the next day because we compartmentalize. Okay, you don't want a relationship. You don't want these things. Technically, at this point, I am single. So you're in that box over there as never gonna happen, just penis. However, I am still pursuing other people who are on the same page as me with trying to build towards a relationship. Am I fucking them in my personal stance? 9 times out of 10, I'm not, because I'm already getting dick from you. This is how we compartmentalize. And this is no shade. Like, you are entitled to fuck as many people as you want to when you want to. But if I put you in a box, and this happened with me, I had a full-on friend with benefits, and then I ended up with the boyfriend, and he was like, yo, what the fuck? What happened? I'm like, bro, you're not on the same page. Like, just because I'm getting your dick doesn't mean I have to put all of my emotions on the back burner when there's somebody who's trying to reciprocate the same energy that I'm trying to give them. You were just dick. Thanks for the penis. I'm going to go over to this man now who actually wants something with me and who wants to be accountable and responsible for my emotions and the things that they do to affect my emotions. And the benefit of that, I'm going to get dick at the same time. So you can go. So I said all that to say this. If I see you as just dick, it's over for you, my guy. All right. So last thing, this has been a long episode for me by myself. Whoop, whoop, go me. The last thing is I got an email recently. Yay. Thanks, guys. You're great. It was a simple email. It's not like an advice email. Again, guys, if you have anything, email me. I want to know. I want to help. So this says, hi, Kiki. I found your podcast from a suggestion from my book club. Funny, right? That's very funny. I need details, sis. Anyway, I have always been silently interested into the world of BDSM, self-identifying as a sub with bratty tendencies. But at the end of the day, I love being just dominated by my husband. I fell into being interested accidentally by watching the upper floor porn on Pornhub, and it shook me, and now I'm hooked. I also like 50 Shades. Don't come for me. I'm a housewife. I had to find a more tame way to show my husband. I'm not going to come for you. Y'all already know how I feel about 50 Shades. Now that I am actively into BDSM, nah, that's not it. But if you're, introducing your husband in a subtle, in a slow, in a paceful way, I completely get it. So all that to say, I love your openness, and I look into all things kink. I look forward to learning more. Thank you. I'm not going to say your name. Thank you. I can't believe you guys discovered me from a book club. Wow. I didn't think I would be the conversation of anybody's book club, but that is so dope. So thank you. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the episodes. It's about 53 of them at this point. So good luck and have fun with experimenting with your husband. All right, so that is going to wrap up episode 53 of Kinks with Kiki. This has been a fun one. I got the chance to review. Shout out to my toy chest right here beside me on this glorious, actually nice day. Can't believe I'm in secluded talking about sex toys, but that's the freak shit in me. As always, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Kinks with Kiki Podcast. You can follow me now that I am back on Twitter and on Tumblr at Kinks with Kiki. Have any questions, comments, concerns, you can DM me. You can also send me an email at kinkswithkiki@gmail.com. So yeah, this has been a great episode. I'm so happy I got to review. It was so much fun. I'm just, tickled all by myself. So good times. And as always, I am your dose of black girl in this kinky ass world. And until next time, peace.